In the quiet days after Isaac was born, Abraham finally tasted peace. For decades, he had waited. He had walked with God through famine, war, doubt, and delay. And now, the promise had a name. A laugh in human form, a child whose very existence declared that God was faithful. Isaac. Every morning, Abraham watched him play near the tents. Every night, he thanked God for a miracle that once seemed impossible. Sarah smiled again. Their home was filled with laughter instead of longing. And then, God spoke, not in thunder, not in fire, but in a voice Abraham had learned to recognize. Abraham. Abraham answered without hesitation. Here I am. Then came the words that would shake the foundation of his soul. Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, go to the land of Moriah, and there offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will show you. The night grew heavy. The air itself seemed to pause. God had promised that Isaac would carry the covenant. God had sworn that nations would come through this child. And now, God was asking for him back. No explanation, no reason, no reassurance, only a command. The Bible does not record Abraham arguing. It does not show him bargaining. It only tells us what he did next. Early the next morning, Abraham rose, before the sun lifted itself above the horizon. Before Sarah woke, before Isaac knew anything was wrong, Abraham prepared for the journey. He saddled the donkey. He split the wood for the offering. He gathered fire and a knife. Each movement was steady. Each breath was heavy. Then he woke Isaac. The boy rose with innocence in his eyes, trusting the father who had always protected him. Two servants joined them, and together they began the journey. 3 days. 3 days of walking. 3 days of silence. 3 days with every step echoing the same question in Abraham's heart. How, Lord? The road stretched long and unforgiving. The sky changed from morning blue to evening red, again and again. Isaac walked beside his father, unaware of the weight pressing down on Abraham's spirit. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up. In the distance, he saw the mountain, the place God had chosen. Abraham stopped. He turned to the servants and said words that carried faith deeper than fear. Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there. We will worship, and we will come back to you. Not I, we. Abraham placed the wood for the offering on Isaac's shoulders. He himself carried the fire and the knife. Together, father and son climbed the mountain. The silence between them was broken by Isaac's voice. My father, Abraham answered softly. Here I am, my son. Isaac looked around. He saw the fire. He saw the wood. But something was missing. The fire and the wood are here, Isaac said, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Abraham's heart tightened. Yet his voice did not shake. God himself will provide the lamb, my son. They continued upward, step by step, breath by breath. When they reached the place God had shown him, Abraham stopped. He built the altar stone by stone. Each stone felt heavier than the last. Then he arranged the wood, the same hands that once held. Isaac as a newborn now prepared the place of sacrifice. And then, Abraham turned to his son. The Bible does not record Isaac resisting. It does not show him running. Somewhere in that moment, Isaac understood, and he trusted. Abraham bound Isaac and gently laid him on the altar. On top of the wood, the sky stood silent. The wind held its breath. Abraham's hands trembled as he reached for the knife. This was not a test of love. It was a test of trust. Did Abraham trust the promise or the promiser? The knife was raised. Time seemed to freeze. And then Abraham. The voice came from heaven like lightning through silence. Abraham froze. Here I am, he cried. Do not lay a hand on the boy, the voice said. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Tears filled Abraham's eyes. His knees weakened. The knife fell from his hand. Then Abraham looked up. Behind him, caught by its horns in a thicket, was a ram, a sacrifice already provided. Abraham untied Isaac and pulled him close, holding him not as a sacrifice, but as a son returned from death. They offered the ram on the altar instead. And Abraham named that place, "The Lord will provide," because on that mountain, God did not desire blood, he desired obedience. "I swear by myself," the Lord said, "that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, I will surely bless you. Through your offspring all nations of the earth will be blessed." Generations later, another father would lead his son up another hill. That time, there would be no ram in the thicket. But that is another story. For now, remember this: when God tests your faith, it is never to destroy you, it is to reveal what you trust most. And on the mountain of obedience, God always provides.